SilverLake Ramen, Irvine location. Tsukemen dipping ramen with pork. The dipping. Karaage chicken. Blaze ramen. Egg and pork chashu. Hi all, it's Ben and Pam. We ordered SilverLake Ramen in Irvine, and we're not going to eat it there. We're going to eat it at home because of the whole pandemic stuff. And as you saw previously, I ordered the Tsukemen, which comes with lime and chashu, and there's an egg, the dipping part. Chicken karaage. Pam got the blaze ramen. And our usual policy is you order one of each kind of thing. You don't double down on two things on a place you've never tried before. Because if it turns out sucky or not as good, then you're kind of stuck with two. So if the Tsukemen is awesome, but the ramen's not so good.
Or vice versa.
Or vice versa, we're kind of saved. If they're both bad, then we're both kind of lost out. But at least we know. So we're going to try things out, and hopefully it turns out delicious. The Blaze Ramen. The powers have combined. It is now twice as powerful. Like fusion! How is it, Pam?
It's okay, it's spicy. It's hard to tell because the noodles, because you buy it at home, you gotta let the noodles kind of soak up the broth a little bit. But it is a little more al dente, which I like. I don't like super soggy noodles, which is good. It was a little spicy. I heard you could get level 1 through 3, and I put it level 1 on it. So it's a little bit kick, not too bad.
Okay. So I'm gonna try a little bit of the broth. You can taste the spiciness. It's got a little bit of kick, as Pam says. Not too bad. I'm gonna try a little bit of the noodle now. Noodle's okay. Combined together, it's not bad. It's not my most favorite ramen, but it's a pretty good try. I like it. It's not bad.
I think next time we just have to go into the shop and try it. But otherwise, like at home, it's not bad.
Yeah, keep in mind, this isn't prepared the exact way that the restaurant would want to present it to a customer, since it's take home and we had to mix the two together. So overall, it's not bad. I do like it better than Shinsengumi, but I think I like Hiro Nori better in terms of ramen. And then, Vegas is a different category in itself, but this is SoCal. The karaage comes with this sauce, which we'll try out. Now I'm gonna put on some of this lemon juice. For the dipping ramen, you don't really mix the two. You just kind of dip the ramen into the broth. So I'm gonna try one of these chicken karaage, first on its own, and then with dipping it into the sauce. It's crunchy, it's tender. Overall flavor isn't bad, seasoned okay. It's worth getting, but certainly I think Fukumimi out in Vegas is better. Of course, that's again, one state versus another, so can't really compare, but it's okay.
We forgot to mention the chashu in here, in the ramen, which is actually pretty chewy and moist. It's pretty nice. And they give you pretty big pieces.
So I'll try the chashu and the tsukemen in a bit. So here we go. Here's the dipping sauce. Dipping sauce is okay. It's a little bit tangy, not really spicy per se. Although I could see other people saying it's spicy, but more kind of creamy, tangy. I'm not a big fan of it, but I think the karaage by itself, it's not super good on its own either. It's okay, not as good as other places I've had. So
I like it with the sauce.
So you can go with the sauce or not. I think a little bit of salt and pepper would be just fine, but
I like it with the sauce. A little spicy though.
I don't think it was spicy. So here's the dipping ramen. I'm just gonna give the broth a little whirl run around the track, see how it is. It tastes a little more sweeter than I usually like it. Like if you had Tsujita, a Sautel in Los Angeles or their Glendale location, the broth is a little bit more, probably salty, more savory. This one has a little bit of sweetness to it. Overall, it's okay. I would certainly say the Tsujita one is better. So I'm gonna go ahead and soak my chashu into the broth because I like mine marinated and delicious. And then I'll sprinkle on some of the lime a little bit later in the phase. But right now, it's just be putting in some of the, wow, that's a lot of bean sprouts. So we'll go ahead and dip it into the broth and then try some of the ramen now, soaked with the broth. It's okay. It's a worthy attempt. Again, I think Tsujita does it better probably because their broth is a little more thick, more creamy, more rich. This isn't bad. Again, giving some credit to SilverLake Ramen, we're not having it at their location, so you know it had to sit in a little while to get it home, and then we can actually try it. So you know it's not really the way that probably the chef wants it presented, but it's a reasonable facsimile. So I'll go ahead and put in a bigger bite. Yeah, it's okay. It might be worth getting again, but I'd probably try some other flavor. But overall, it's not bad. This whole meal set is a pretty good attempt at, you know, ramen and dipping ramen, Tsukemen. But I would say if I wanted some really good, non-disappointing ramen, I'm kind of biased toward Tsujita out in Glendale, or better, the one off of Sautel. But this is a pretty good attempt. So I'm gonna try some of the chashu now. It's been soaking. The chashu is good. They're very generous. So I got 2 of these gigantic pieces. So I like that. So this is tender, marinated well. It's not bad. I like it. So overall, it's pretty good. So if you find yourself out in Irvine, California, and you're looking for some dipping ramen, and you can't make the trip up to downtown LA, this isn't a bad choice. I mean, I would probably go to other places to try other places out because it's not bad, but you know, it doesn't knock it out of the park for me. But overall, it's pretty good. So anyways, thanks for watching. How is it, Pam?
Not bad, actually. It has a I don't know what flavor it is, but it does remind me of something. Probably other versions of it. I did read it is pork mixed with fish broth.
Yeah.
Not bad.
How does it stand up against Tsujita?
I think the Tsujita noodles are chewier. And so these noodles aren't quite as chewy. But the flavor of the broth I like. I give it a thumbs up. We don't have to drive as far. I can get it. Probably tastes pretty good right out of the when they serve it to you at the restaurant.